There's something about YouTube channels that attempt to get the real world to play along. I'm talking actual completeness through validation from all aspects of the world that they're trying to convey. Essentially what I'm saying is that when a typical ARG is created, the creators tend to ignore glaring aspects, such as news reports that would most definitely be circulating if, per se, someone was abducted in some sort of Ben's Playhouse-like fashion. Enter Kirk Unger, the latest YouTube channel that appears to have some strange mystery behind it. They have 50 videos so far, and each one seems to contain a vital piece of the puzzle that the creator is trying to convey. The channel opens with videos centering around a central theme, that our protagonist is distraught and a character named Amy was either taken from him by a character named Sarah or left him altogether. We can assume that our character has mental instabilities through his actions in his early videos, and this assumption is later solidified in the video, Amy I Want You Back, where he mentions living in a group home. Take a look at this video before I go further. Now, one thing we may notice is the idea that 1. Our character seems to be numb to the thought of rape, 2. That he hates his mom and dad, and 3. He seems to be in a group home, most likely due to his mental instability. With this information, we can piece together a theoretical puzzle. It seems that our protagonist was abused by his mother and father, and potentially raped by his father as well. We can assume this since he is so desensitized to the subject and he claims that he would stuff Amy. Amy and our protagonist could have had issues in their relationship due to his background, and she could very well have left him. Now, the mystery we're faced with is the question, who is Sarah exactly? One theory that's thrown around is that she could be a police officer who helped Amy when they were having major issues, and this is supported by the multiple references to Sarah being a pig, which as many of us know, is referenced in many forms of anti-police hate speech. I want to jump ahead to the video titled, I'm Doing It, I'm Breaking Out Amy. This video appears to reference the fact that Kirk has had enough being kept up in that group home for all this time while Amy is being left living her life elsewhere. He appears to be breaking out of the home in an attempt to be free and go find her. This idea is supported in the video, a message to those who care. Take a look.
I love you, Amy, and as I caress my exposed flesh, it feels as soft as yours did. I miss the tears and screams of passion while you laid there sobbing quietly. Remember that these walls won't hold me back, as soon I'll be free, wandering around the streets and wilderness, until I have you again.
Although his initial attempts to flee had failed, we can see in his future uploads that he planned another escape, and if the video, I'm Going Home, is anything to go by, he indeed made it out. Fast forward to the video, watching Billy sleep, and we can see our character filming a child while they're asleep. This is where our story takes another interesting turn. Diving into the comments section on this video presents us with some comments left by Kirk himself, claiming that this is his adopted son. Much of the information that's revealed actually comes from Kirk himself in this manner, in responses to the user Alana Spirell. We'll come back to this later. I want to touch on the description for a second. On this video, we can see that the description insidiously reads, "Soon I'll go shopping, and then we'll go to the woods, my son," which leaves us viewers all thinking the same idea. Jump ahead 2 videos, and this is when it begins to get grim. We have a shot of a bathtub, followed by our character spooning what appears to be blood from the bag into a cup. If we put 2 and 2 together, we can assume that he killed Billy in the woods. Take a look. In this video, the description reads, "I'm sorry everyone, I had something to prove and now I have to move on. Amy, I love you and I want to be with you. Now I have no baggage." which leads us to theorize on the fact that he could have taken the kid from someone claiming to have adopted them and killed them in some sort of sacrifice for Amy. I'm not sure why he'd do this, but I'm assuming it's due to mental instability altogether. Moving on, Kirk eventually moves again and uploads a few videos at his new place, which seems like a simple one-bedroom apartment. He seems, however, to be followed and harassed by some unknown figure who continuously knocks on his door in an attempt to scare him. Since we know that he already killed his adopted child, the unknown character could be a reference to a demon haunting him, or could even be some freak who just won't leave him alone as some sort of karma. Jumping ahead to I've Started the Collection presents us with yet another grim find. Check it out. So as we can see, Kirk appears to have murdered Billy, and now this unknown, older looking person in what he's referencing as his collection. His last video, They Almost Got Me, shows police outside of a home in a neighborhood, possibly on the hunt for Kirk for multiple reasons, and then it all ends there. That video was uploaded 2 weeks ago, and since then there has been nothing. Now, through all of this, I want to tell you something up front. I've noticed throughout the comments that there are a lot of people who believe that this whole thing is real and that this guy actually escaped from his home, killed a child, and then killed another person. Now, if you believe this, then that's fine, but I want to tell you right now that I think that this is fake. Here's why in 2 words. Privacy, policy. It's simple, straightforward, and to the point. And if this guy had any sort of brain, he would know that his location can be tracked as it's stated in this paragraph right here. If he were in any way actually being chased by police, then he would have already been traced by now. Actually, it would have been before half of the channel's videos were posted at all. Also, backing up to the video, No One Cares for Dead Kids, we can see that the bloody bag appears to be much bigger than the size of a baby, and also, the blood looks way too pink. It just doesn't do it for me. Lastly, I want to touch on the user we mentioned earlier, Alana. She comments on each and every one of his videos, and conveniently, each comment asks some sort of vital, perfect question that yields a vital, perfect answer of a key plot point that we may have missed or may miss through the uploads. She appears to be his first fan, and somehow, by happenstance through all of the channels in the entire world, found Kirk Unger's on his first video asking if it's a new ARG or if it's real. In fact, the way she so forwardly asked if this is an ARG blew it for me. If I see a channel like Kirk's on the first upload, I would never assume that it's an ARG. Randomness is uploaded every single day on YouTube, and for all we know, Kirk could have been in one upload wonder, and that's it. For Alana to be so forward as she was leads me to believe that she's in on this ARG and actively working to push the story for us viewers, so by the time we get to discovering his channel, all of the major questions are answered. This appears to be an Alan Tutoyo ripoff that just wasn't done right enough for me to believe. However, while this is my honest opinion, I'm of course not Kirk, and after all, there's always the possibility that this still could be real. It's a very, very slim chance, but that's why I ultimately always leave it to you guys to decide. And that's where I'll leave it. This was my analysis on the channel Kirk Unger. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, drop me a like and leave me a comment. I love reading all your suggestions, and if you have anything else to throw at me, please do. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. I love you all, and once again, good night.